more deeply, to read their works. And maybe some of the people that we will not be covering in the course, but we'll name them. You might want to go back when the course is over and begin to explore some of those people as well. So this opens up all kinds of doors for us as we meet these great people who have gone before us. Now, allow me to give a brief course description and share with you some goals and objectives, some of the hopes that I have for our time together. And then I also would like to say a few words about the methodology that will follow in the course. For the course description, I describe the course in this way. This course is a consideration of the sweep of Christian spirituality through the biblical, patristic, medieval, and modern periods. The focus is on common threads and themes, paying particular attention to those developments that are especially relevant to the spiritual life and to our spiritual journeys today in the 20th century. The survey of the literature is a study and discernment of the historical and literary developments within the Christian tradition. So as we go through this 2,000-year period, we're going to be looking for particular themes, particular developments. And on the one hand, we're going to want to understand these themes and developments in their historical context. However, and more importantly, to look at their relevance for us today. The goals and objectives of the course are these. One, the foundation of the course is the biblical roots of the Christian tradition. There is an effort to indicate how the literature of subsequent centuries has its foundation in the biblical period. Secondly, each era of renewal in the church focuses back on the patristic period. This key period of development is to be the initial point of emphasis in this course. Thirdly, the medieval period is the bridge standing between the patristic and the modern eras. An understanding of medieval spirituality is certainly crucial for rounding out one's understanding of spirituality. And finally, the modern period will bring this course from the 16th century through the 20th century. And the connectedness of this period with the earlier periods of spiritual development will be important for us to view the movements and areas of renewal within the Christian tradition over this 2,000-year period. Now, as far as a methodology, for the biblical period, we're going to presume that each of you taking this course has a basic familiarity with the Scriptures. The Scriptures, of course, are at the heart of all Christian spirituality. This is not a course in Scripture. So in speaking of the Scriptures, we're going to go just for the broad strokes, and then we're going to move on. The patristic period, this period, which is so foundational because we're talking about the first couple of hundred years of the church's history, we'll spend some time in that period. And in the patristic period, I will give an intro to patristics or to patrology in terms of what it is and what the study of it means. And we will look to the problems that the church had to face in the first and second centuries, and we will underscore particular spiritual writers, particular fathers. And it's not saying that one is necessarily more important than the other. So, for example, we'll spend some time with St. Clement of Rome, Ignatius of Antioch, and Polycarp. We also will look at martyrdom in the early church and what that means for us today. We will look at expositions of the faith, defenses of the faith, the various heresies that the church experienced during this time period. We will then look at the various schools, so to speak, that began to develop. The Alexandrian school with Origen and Clement. We will look at the monastic movement and the Desert Fathers and the rich spirituality that emerged in that time period. We will look at the Cappadocians, Basil, Gregory of Nazianzus, Gregory of Nyssa.